Drake's not just canceling a few dates. He's potentially walking away from some of the emptiest arenas of his entire career. And the craziest part? We have leaked seating charts suggesting whole sections went unsold. Some fans even posted pictures of half-empty seats, spurring talk that this might be the biggest embarrassment of Drake's reign. So how did one of rap's most celebrated icons slip into this bizarre predicament? We're about to dive into the timeline of Drake's cancellations, the swirling rumors behind them, and how other major artists might be capitalizing on his misstep. If you thought you'd seen every Drake controversy under the sun, trust me, this one's different. It's riddled with suspicious excuses, mysterious conflicts, and an industry rivalry that's gotten fiercer by the day. Stick around, because the deeper we go, the more shocking it gets. Oh, and if you're as surprised as we are, make sure you like this video and subscribe to stay in the loop. There's more than one plot twist coming, and you won't want to miss any of it. A few months ago, Drake's team proudly announced an international tour that spanned multiple regions, from North America to Australia and New Zealand. The initial excitement was massive. Fans scrambled for pre-sales and VIP packages. Online chatter peaked with predictions that Drake, once again, would sell out instantly. Then, out of nowhere, his camp released a statement. Several shows had to be canceled or postponed due to a scheduling conflict. At first glance, cancellations happen all the time in the music industry, but Drake is known for meticulous planning and unstoppable marketing. So, how did a glaring conflict slip through the cracks so late? That's where the theories started pouring in. Maybe ticket sales were horrible, or Drake had looming legal issues forcing him to cut his travel short. Others insisted Drake was playing a bigger game, perhaps steering clear of direct competition from certain high-profile rivals. The 1st of March, Drake's team teases a worldwide tour, dropping hints on social media. Fans go wild, anticipating an official announcement. The 15th of March, tickets go on sale in multiple regions. Many shows appear to sell decently, but leaks suggest certain dates might be lagging. Early April, insiders whisper about dismal pre-sale numbers in Australia and New Zealand. Redditors share screenshots of large, unclaimed seat blocks. Mid-April, Drake's official channels announce that shows in certain locations are canceled due to scheduling conflict. The statement leaves fans confused. Late April, rumors explode online about potential legal trouble and behind-the-scenes drama. Leaked seating charts circulate, fueling the idea that ticket sales weren't as hot as expected. With that quick timeline in mind, it's easier to see how swiftly this all unfolded. In less than 2 months, Drake went from unstoppable hype machine to a flurry of cancellations that left fans and critics demanding answers. The first and most suspicious element? Drake's official reason for pulling out. Normally, scheduling conflicts get resolved long before the public even learns about a tour. Artists like Drake plan massive global runs a year or more in advance. They coordinate with venues, other performing acts, and local promoters to ensure every date is locked in. So why would Drake suddenly discover a 12-day gap in his itinerary that was too inconvenient to manage? If the conflict was legitimate, wouldn't his team shift a few dates around or offer partial refunds instead of scrapping entire legs of the tour? The skepticism grew when OVO affiliates were reportedly still on the ground in Australia, looking as though they intended to proceed. It's no wonder fans and insiders began calling the scheduling conflict a mere smokescreen. For a star who's regularly topped streaming charts, the rumor of unsold seats hit like a bombshell. Could Drake really be struggling to fill arenas? According to some fans, yes. Social media posts revealed seat maps that looked alarmingly vacant. At first, people suspected these could be fakes, photoshopped images designed to stir up controversy, but more evidence piled on, including screenshots from legitimate ticket vendors showing entire rows untouched. If Drake sensed he'd be performing for half-empty venues, canceling might have been a face-saving move. After all, in the image-obsessed world of hip-hop, showing up to a lackluster crowd can do serious damage. Canceling at the last minute with a vague explanation might be less humiliating than letting the world see thousands of unsold seats. Now, let's talk about the giants Drake competes with. Kendrick Lamar has been on a creative hot streak, earning critical acclaim and selling out tours worldwide. Meanwhile, The Weeknd's global stage stadium shows have turned him into a pop culture juggernaut. Both are not just maintaining their status, they're elevating. They drop new music, fans go wild, and tickets vanish within minutes. Drake, who once wore the crown as a universal crowd pleaser, appears to be caught in the crossfire. Some believe he's deliberately scheduling tours and releases to avoid overlapping with Kendrick's or The Weeknd's big announcements. But if this cancellation fiasco is any clue, that strategy backfiring. Instead of preserving Drake's brand, it could be making him look like he's dodging direct competition. It's a far cry from the days when Drake confidently released music alongside other major drops without flinch. Now, with each potential slip, Kendrick and The Weeknd seem to shine even brighter by comparison. And fans aren't shy about pointing it out, stirring the pot even more on social media. These cancellations didn't arise in a vacuum. They're just the latest bumps in what many see as a troubling path. Over the last few years, Drake has faced repeated accusations of cultural appropriation, overexposure, and a lack of genuine artistry. Each new album or mixtape draws attention, but also sparks debate. Is Drake producing fresh content or recycling formulas he knows will chart? His feuds, from Pusha T to lesser-known industry figures, have chipped away at an image that was once squeaky clean. Even die-hard fans admit some of his material feels manufactured for radio, rather than stemming from genuine passion. When an artist's authenticity is in question, it can slowly erode the massive fan loyalty they once enjoyed. Then there's the speculation about legal matter. Although details are murky, rumors hint that Drake might be juggling lawsuits behind the scene. Could these issues be draining his energy or forcing him to reshuffle priorities? If so, it would go a long way to explaining why he's abruptly abandoning entire tour legs without a clear explanation. When you map these controversies to the timeline, a pattern emerges. Drake's mysterious cancellations didn't happen in a vacuum. They appeared after a string of underwhelming moments, swirling rumors, and quiet drama. The hype cycle that once propelled him forward now feels more like a spotlight on every tiny misstep. April's canceled shows appear to align with suspiciously poor ticket sales. Fan backlash reached new peaks after each half-baked excuse. Competing artists soar, almost as if to highlight Drake's unusual slump. Is this a mere coincidence or the natural consequence of a star losing momentum? Each day that passes, fans debate that very question. Every powerhouse artist faces scrutiny over time. But for Drake, these cancellations strike at the heart of his brand. The unstoppable hitmaker conquered streaming, radio, and pop culture at large. If arenas truly aren't filling up, that's a sign the Drake aura is fading. Legacy matters in rap maybe more than any other genre. Artists need to maintain a sense of authenticity and bravado. When Drake repeatedly stumbles, controversies overshadow the music. Eventually, even loyal supporters start to wonder, has he lost his creative spark? Some still argue Drake's back catalog is too influential for him to ever truly fail. After all, the man has enough hits to soundtrack an entire decade. But in a fast-moving culture, past success doesn't automatically secure future relevance, especially when rivals like Kendrick and The Weeknd keep dropping new material that feels bold and urgent. Let's not forget, rap careers have survived worse. If Drake invests in a strong creative team and embraces a fresh perspective, he could surprise everyone with an album that reclaims the public's imagination. A dramatic reinvention, think Kanye West's many pivots, could captivate fans eager for something new. Alternatively, Drake could take time off, allowing public interest to rebuild. The mystery of a hiatus can spark excitement. If he returns with a single that's both innovative and heartfelt, people might flock back, eager to see if the old Drake magic still exists. In hip-hop, redemption arcs aren't just possible, they're often celebrated. He might also lean into executive and mentorship roles, focusing on nurturing new talent under OVO. By championing younger artists, Drake could stay relevant, shaping the next generation of hip-hop. That shift wouldn't require him to fill stadiums alone. It could preserve his brand, even if he never matches his past record-breaking sales. Here's one more twist. Several unverified sources claim Drake plans to launch a surprise collaboration with another high-profile rapper, potentially potentially even a longtime rival later this year. If that's true, it could serve as the wild card that throws all our assumptions out the window. Imagine a track dropping without warning, featuring Drake in prime form alongside someone like Travis Scott or even Kendrick Lamar. That shock alone might overshadow every canceled show. Whether this rumor has any merit remains to be seen, but it suggests Drake may have a bold ace up his sleeve. If he can flip public perception with one dramatic move, these canceled dates might fade into the background, just footnotes in a career built on reinvention. In a matter of weeks, Drake went from announcing an epic tour to facing an onslaught of negative headlines. The leaked seating chart, the vague scheduling excuses, the overshadowing by rival artists' each development raises the stakes. Fans are left wondering if this is just a low point before a triumphant rebound or the beginning of a more permanent decline. For now, one thing is certain: the world of hip-hop is watching. If Drake truly has empty seats and half-hearted support, others will step in to claim the spotlight. But don't write him off yet. A single scorching verse or a killer album could flip the narrative in an instant. After all, if Drake has proven anything throughout his career, it's that he knows how to dominate a headline. So, is this the grand unraveling of a once unstoppable icon, or merely a strategic pause before a jaw-dropping comeback? Only Time and Drake himself can answer that question. If you have your own theories, drop them in the comments. Is he playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers, or is this truly the final act of a fading empire? Hit that like button, subscribe, and stay tuned, because the Drake saga isn't done yet, and who knows, maybe the biggest bombshell has yet to drop. If a superstar like Drake can stumble this hard, this fast, what does it say about the rest of the rap? The next few moves could reshape more than just Drake's career, they might redefine the entire game.